us a new bench with eye-catching colours that exude summer vibe sound. We'll show you how to build one of your very own. You need to saw a few planks to the right length for your new garden bench. Get hold of enough wooden planks with a width of 100mm and a thickness of 24mm. Transfer the measurements and saw them to length. You should have all the planks in the length specified in the list of materials above once you're done. Then, thoroughly sand the edges and surfaces of the planks. In the first steps, you will deal with the foot supports of your bench. Start by drawing a template so that the two side panels are exactly identical when you build them. You'll need a simple wooden board for the template. You can find all the measurements that you will need to transfer to the board in the diagram, which we have made available for download. You can use the planks you have sawn in the previous step to help mark out the lines. Now, take the template you made in step 2 and position the planks you sawed to length in step 1 in the right places. Then, drill holes in the 4 overlapping corners. Mark the depth you want to drill to on the drill bit so that you don't drill too deep, or use a depth stop. Then, screw the planks together. Saw off all the protruding ends. You can also sand the cut edges for an extra degree of fineness. Now turn the side panel over. Place 2 more planks with length specified above at the top and bottom. Drill holes in them and screw them together. Saw the protruding ends off again here so they're level, and sand them. Now simply repeat the last 3 steps, 3 to 5, to build a second foot so your bench can actually stand up. In the next step, you will build the 2 side rests for the bench. To do this, you'll need the template you made in step 2 once again. Position the planks needed for the first side rest. Make sure the overlapping ends are at the right angle. Now pre-drill holes into the planks, screw them together, saw the ends level, and sand them off following the same process as you did before. Repeat this process to build the second side rest. But watch out! Don't forget that second side rest is the mirror image of the first. You should sand all of the edges of the side panels and side rests you built in the previous steps, so that everything looks neat. Grab the template you made in step 2 once again. First, position a foot part in the correct spot and then position a pre-assembled side rest on that. Now, drill the holes for the screws in the center of each of the 3 overlapping points. However, make sure you drill through all of the planks this time. Use a piece of scrap wood to provide stability when drilling, so you don't break the planks. The second image shows you how you should position it. Repeat the step for the foot part and side rest for the other side. Again, don't forget that the other side has to be back to front, mirror image. You'll need a small central support strut, as the seat of the bench needs to be very stable. To make this, position 3 more planks, 2 small ones and a large one, on the template you made in step 2. Drill holes into them, screw them together and saw off the protruding ends. Now, grab the long wooden plank, the 2 side rests and the central support. Put everything in its correct position on your work surface and clamp them together securely. This forms the frame of the seat. Join the parts together by drilling holes and screwing them together. Now, stand the screw-together frame of the seat up so that the backrest is lying on the work surface. Secure 2 more boards to the backrest to add stability to it. Once all the planks are in the correct position, drill holes in them and connect them to the other parts using screws. You now need 5 planks to make the seat. Position them and secure them to the frame. Please note, let the foremost plank protrude by about 10mm and leave a little space between each of the other slats. Use a spacer to help with this, or make do with a suitable alternative. Then screw them all down. You'll need 13 more planks for the backrest. You can saw the top ends of the bench in different ways to suit your style and taste, giving your bench its own unique look. First, position the 2 outside planks level with the outside edge of the frame. Then lay down the rest of the planks using a spacer to help. Place a long wooden plank between the seat and the backrest so all of the planks stop at the same height. Now drill holes in the correct positions and screw all the slats down. Now attach the 2-foot supports to the bench. You already drilled the holes needed for the carriage bolts in step 8. First, use a hammer to get the bolts into the correct position, and then tighten them with a spanner. Use the longer bolts at the top and the shorter ones at the bottom. In the penultimate step, position the planks for the armrests on both sides of the bench. You should also attach another plank to the front side rest to improve stability and appearance. Well done! Your bench is finished and ready for its first test sit. Needless to say, your bench will look even snazzier with a splash of colour. Depending on how creative you're feeling, you can really go to town here. You can use a paint spray system to cover large surfaces with a unique colour. If you want to use various different colours and add some detail, it's best to grab a paintbrush, or, if you're happy to, simply get a second paint container. This saves you from having to constantly clean out the container after using it. Once everything is dry, all your bench needs now is somewhere nice to go in your garden.